Good day, good people. I'm Kiplyn Primus, your host for the Local Take on Jazz 91.9 WCLK. And a lady named Pearl Foundation was founded in 2014 by Clark Atlanta University School of Business alum Linda Pearl Fields Ami. This former Ebony Fashion Fair model has led classes on leadership and entrepreneurship at the Clark Atlanta University School of Business. The mission of her foundation is to shape the confidence of girls and young women to become future leaders through modeling, leadership, and entrepreneurship training. Today, a lady named Pearl joins us to speak about her foundation and their ongoing mission. Linda Pearl Fields Ami, welcome to the Local Take.
Thank you so much for having me, Kiplyn. I'm excited to be on.
I'm excited to speak with you, but before we get to the work of your foundation and teaching young leaders, I've got to ask about your career as an Ebony Fashion Fair model. How did you come to be a model and join this illustrious group?
Well, I'm glad that you asked me that question, Kiplyn. So when I was 15 years old, I actually attended a modeling school, and I didn't think my parents were going to pay for it because I'm the youngest of 8. We had a lot going on, but they decided to invest in me and have me go to a modeling school. And I remember clearly that my mother said, "We're not sending you to this modeling school to become a model. We're sending you to the school for you to become a lady." So I had the opportunity to get training in modeling, how to put on makeup at a young age. And shortly after college, I attended Florida State for my undergrad. I came back home to Miami, and I signed with an agency. And I was rapping, Kiplyn. I was rapping on a platform called MySpace. And a photographer for Ebony Fashion Fair, he saw me on MySpace, and he said, "Pearl, why are you rapping? Why are you not on runways all over the world?" So I just told him, "Hey, I'm in Miami. I'm doing music videos right now." And he said, "You know what? I'm going to send your pictures to Ebony, and I think they would love you." So he sent my pictures to Ebony. Ebony sent me a ticket to Chicago to audition. And on the spot, Eunice Johnson, who's the founder of Ebony Fashion Fair, she hired me on the spot. And next thing you know, I was on a 200-city tour, traveling to the U.S., Canada, and the Caribbean, walking the runway.
All over the world, as he predicted.
Yes, yes.
And so now, how does your foundation translate that modeling experience into training that encourages these young folks to, embrace confidence and gain leadership skills?
So when I was a teenager, I had issues with self-esteem and confidence. And it wasn't until I got into modeling that my confidence increased. So the thing about modeling is that you have to get on stage and you have to present yourself as well as present a fashion or an idea. And with that, you have to present confidence. So modeling taught me how to be confident. It was almost like practicing. Confidence is a muscle. If you don't practice it, you're not going to have it. You have to walk in a room and let people know that you're here, that you're present. And modeling did that for me. Now, fast forward, after Ebony, I exited the world of modeling, and I went and got my MBA at Clark Atlanta University and went to work in corporate America. 2 years after working in corporate America, my intuition was telling me, "You're an entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur." So I was trying to figure out what could I do in terms of entrepreneurship. So I always had a passion for helping people get to the next level. I always had a passion for motivating people. So I took my experience of modeling as well as my experience of being a professor at Clark Atlanta University in the School of Business, teaching leadership and professional development, and I combined it to help girls, to help motivate girls, which is really my passion, motivating people to realize their dreams. So the modeling background, as well as being a professor for 7 years in leadership and entrepreneurship, helped cultivate my foundation, which I started in 2014. It is spiritual work because I did not see myself starting a school. When I left to become an entrepreneur, I first pursued music. But then after a couple of years, different girls would come up to me and say, hey, aren't you that model? Can you teach me how to model? But it wasn't enough for me to teach a girl how to model. I wanted to build a full girl, a full woman. So with my foundation, with my academy, not only do we focus on teaching them the modeling so that they know how to walk into a room and own it and have great posture, but I also teach them leadership. I help them align themselves with their natural gifts and passions, and then that in turn goes to the next level where we teach them entrepreneurship. So every girl that comes out of my school has to start a business, and we call them pearls because we transform them into gems.
I love it. So now you've been telling us so much about your life. You're a model, a teacher, an entrepreneur. You still have this burgeoning music career. You do fashion. I think of you as a philanthropist because you've raised lots of funds for your home country of Haiti. Is there one thing you do that you enjoy the most? You know, if you had to choose one track, could you?
It would be hard to choose one track, Kiplyn, but if I am going to be true to myself, music is my first love. Music is something that my mother introduced to me when I was a young girl. We would sing out of something called the Chant d'Espérance. In Creole, that's a hymn book. And singing with her every night when I was 3, 4, 5 years old, I fell in love with music. So if I could take a track, I would love to bless the world with the art that I have in music. And I feel like the universe is going to bless me with that because Kiplyn, it's my students, right? So I had given up music to focus on the foundation. And I still write music, but I don't necessarily put it out in the forefront. But there was one song that I wrote maybe 2 years ago called Slaying. And slaying is about me slaying on the runway and telling girls to slay in whatever they do. And my assistant, who happens to be in her 20s, she was like, Miss Pearl, this song is hitting. I need you to come out with this song. So my students have given me like a
new life.
Like a new life. And the thing is, Kiplyn, it's like I'm in a season now where they're giving me my flowers. I've invested in them. The school is 8 years old, so I started with them as teenagers. Now they're in their 20s. And they're like, Miss Pearl, thank you so much for giving me this confidence. So now that I need, I'm a little not tired, but you know how you kind of like leave some of your passions behind. They're now pushing me and taking me to the next level. So it's a full circle moment for me. It's a reciprocal moment for me where when you invest in people and it's authentic and it's real, in turn, they invest in you. So I love my pearls. I love my students. I love my graduates. So this next season, I'm not only doing it for me when it comes to music, but I'm doing it for them as well.
And now you've got a training coming up on August 19th. How can folks learn more about it and who should try to participate?
Yes, so I would like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Southern Black Girls Women and Women Consortium. They sponsored a lady named Pearl for us to do a leadership expo. So this is our second year doing the leadership expo. And what we do is we offer the agenda. The day is filled with empowerment speakers, youth speakers that are entrepreneurs, that are go-getters. And we also have adults as well. We have a fashion show. We have a business plan competition where we're giving away over $2,000. So it's a day of building self-confidence, having fun with fashion, and also hearing from women and girls that have played the game as business leaders. So I would invite anyone that's listening, looking to build self-confidence, looking to get some tips in entrepreneurship and leadership to attend this event. We have the amazing Talia Wajid. She is a natural hair care mogul. She was into natural hair care, Kiplyn, before all of these big box retailers got in, and she is still killing the game. So I am so proud of her. I was her face for 2013, 2014. I won their pageant. And then we also have Princess Monique Film. She is a film director in Hollywood. She has directed episodes for Blackish, BMF. So we have some amazing women that you're going to hear from, and we're going to have a good time while doing it.
And so folks can go to your website, A Lady Named Pearl Foundation.
Yes, so they can go to aladynamedpearl.com and click on the events link, and it'll give you a rundown of the entire day. From 2 to 6 p.m., we'll be focused on youth presentations, and after 6 p.m., we'll be focused on adult presentations.
Well, I am so happy to get this information and to share it with our listeners. And I'm going to remind everyone the website is aladynamedpearl.com. The Youth Leadership or the Leadership Expo is taking place on August 19th. Thank you so much.
You are welcome, Kiplyn. And I wanted to mention that the theme is the art of the sleigh.
The art of the sleigh. I love it.
The art of the sleigh. We are in sleigh season. It's a sleighing summer. So I'm looking forward to seeing the beautiful ladies and men, because we can learn from, each other.
We sure can.
Yep. To be at Studio House Atlanta, Saturday, August 19th.
I'm Kiplyn Primus, your host for The Local Take, and we've been talking with Linda Pearl Fields Ami, founder of the foundation A Lady Named Pearl.
WCLK's The Local Take with Kiplyn Primus is made possible in part by support from the Living Legends Foundation, Incorporated, a nonprofit organization dedicated to preserving the rich legacy of Black music and those who work behind the scenes to bring it to the world. The Local Take is produced by Kiplyn Primus, Jami Wellman, and Rob Maynard for WCLK. Thanks to Mark Angel for our Local Take original music. You can listen to this program and past programs on demand at WCLK.com or via the WCLK app. If you have comments about today's program or suggestions for future programs, you can leave a voicemail at 404-880-6211 or email kiplynprimus@gmail.com. Thanks for listening to The Local Take, community engagement from Jazz 91.9 WCLK.